So the grind continues up to tier 5 on the Swedish light, medium, heavy line, up to the Strv M42, which is, as I say, tier 5. This is a medium tank. Again, follows on after the what does it follow on from? After the Lago, that's it. Lago I quite liked, I just had no luck in it at all. So I'm not sure how many games it took me to get onto this. So it was 10 games it took me to work through this Strv, but then bear in mind there were a couple of days with ×5s in there, so that helps. Although I had absolutely, through the Lago, so I had absolutely no luck in driving it at all, much as I quite enjoyed it as a tank. So now we're on to the Strv 42, which is, as I say, it's a tier 5. Comes with this nice 75mm gun, which I think, just for a quick look, is the same one as the Lago has, which is actually a pretty decent gun, really, although it is a tier 4 gun. 75 pounder, 75mm, sorry, 12 rounds per minute, 88 penetration, 115 with APCR, heat, and 38 with HE. But really, because this is a tier 5 and it will see tier 7s, that's really not enough. You need to get onto this other gun here, which is the top gun. 115 penetration, 144 with AP, with actually this is HE as AP as well, so it just has a special AP, and 38 with its HE. 150 damage this time, 0.38. Both of them have dispersion. Aim time on the bigger gun is not so good, 2.5 versus 2.3, but it weighs considerably more. So looking at this, you will almost certainly need to, in fact, let's have a look at in garage, see whether I can equip. So you need the extra, wrong one, you need the turret. So you can, but I don't think you'll be able to fix the gun as well. Oh, it appears you can. So you can get the gun and the that's a useful grind. So you don't need to unlock, you don't need to have purchased or fitted the extra tracks to get the top gun. So that's really helpful to know. So you can just unlock the I was going to say the helmet, the turret, and then the gun. I've obviously unlocked all the other categories just because I'm using my free XP to speed the way through the grind here. So what do we got here? It's a slightly odd looking medium. We've got no crew on it yet, so this is as it stands. So 9.9 rounds per minute, reload time of 6 seconds, turret rotation is pretty good, 41.7, gun depression is outstanding, -15, wow, doesn't look like that's -15, aim time of 2.4 is a little tardy, and dispersion of 0.36 is not great either, but it's okay, it's workable. 1490 average damage per minute is okay, it's a tier 5 tank. 450 hit points is not great, neither is the armor, but it does actually have 55mm of armor on the front of that hull. If you hit this upper plate, I mean, but this lower plate, look at that, it's very flat, and yeah, it's going to go straight through that. And the turret, 55 on the front of that, but it does look quite well rounded, and 30 and 20 side and rear for both of them. Quick look in Tanks GG and what it looks like. So here we are in Tanks GG. You can see that 51st, so the lower plate is actually quite effective because it's quite rounded as you go lower, but the middle here is 55, so not particularly great. The central strip here is 60 there, 56 all the way around. Upper plate is 43, but is quite well rounded. These are quite cheeks are quite well rounded. The turret around the gun itself is pretty good. So really, yeah, not really enough to worry about. Even if you angle, you're lucky to get 6. Well, you get 100 down below, so there's a good chance of a ricochet there, but then you're exposing your side armor and then you just get penned easily there, so not so good, not so good. Is that space armor there? Yeah. So, yeah, 0 armour, as I suspected. So moving on to mobility, it has a weight of 22.5 tons, 410 horsepower engine with a top engine, 18.23 power ratio, which is actually pretty good, 45 top speed, which is also pretty good, and 20 in reverse, and 46.9 traverse speed, which is also very good. So it looks like a fairly nimble medium tank. Concealment values are not great. It's actually quite big for a medium, so yeah, not so great on that. Spotting range, base range 350 is actually pretty good, and signal range of 400. So all in all, it looks to be a fairly innocuous tier 5 medium. Yeah, let's have a look at what equipment to load, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've equipped it with my all-lady crew. We've put a gun rammer, gun lane drive because the aim time looks horrible, and vents to help the aim time as well onto this thing. It looks like the gun's decent, just looks like it's going to be slow to aim in, a bit like a lot of these Swedish medium tanks. They all seem to be pretty good gunned, but you have to aim a fair bit. So anyway, let's take it out, see what we can do with that for the first time. Okay, Himmelsdorf. Tier 5, obviously you get a game, certainly the first game, when you take out a brand new tank where you are top tier. Seems to be the way matchmaking is set up. So gun depression is good, so in theory we should try and go up the hill, right? Let's see what we can do. It looks like the tier 6 premium, the hull of it anyway. Turret doesn't. It's a big gun. Oh, try not to run into an OI experimental. I'm gonna... Speed's okay, 43 we're doing there, and doing top speed as we come up the hill. We'll lose all that, but then the ground resistance, the Electo, you go through if you want, mate, I don't mind. The acceleration was pretty reasonable, so yeah, we're still maintaining 22 even going up this steep hill. A little bit of lag here, hopefully it's not too bad. I'm going to come over this far corner, see if we can poke over, use this excellent gun depression. Spotted. And we have got 2 artillery, so I don't want to give them something. Now that's interesting, he seems to be running. I'm going to go around this way, hopefully they'll catch him coming around the other way. Where is he gone? There he is. Oh yeah. Ow! One shot down. Ah, you bugger! Took too long to aim, and should have not been trading shots with the Panzer IV. I thought he might have the dirt gun, in which case he'd be slow loading, but yeah, he didn't. So impressions, difficult to work out on that game. Acceleration was decent, speed up the hill was decent, gun depression was everything it's supposed to be, minus 15 is excellent. Gun aim time did look a little tardy, even with this very good all-girl crew I've got on here, and gun laying drive and vents still looked a little slow. But we'll have a look at the results afterwards and have another game. So sure enough, that was a defeat. We got fire for effect. Should really have won that game. Finished fourth on the team, 466 damage, 1 kill for 176 base XP. Was pretty pathetic. 3 shots fired, all 3 hit, and all 3 penned for that 400, nearly 500 damage. But we took 4 shots in return, and all 4 penned us. 13,500 credits would have been, well, made 10.5 after costs and rebuild costs, and 264 base XP. Okay, let's try it again, see whether we can get any better at it. I think the speed's decent. Armor, I hate this map. Oh, it's really not a good map when you're in a lightly armored vehicle. Okay, what to do? We've got to go out to the open field to the left and see whether we can use the speed and gun depression to some effect. What? Oh, for God's sake. Players who just sit there, don't log in. Nobody's coming this side. Please come on, someone. Ah, Jesus. Weekend teams, gotta love them. I'm still gonna go this way. I know I could turn back, but I just think A, somebody has to be out here to make sure that they don't get easy into our cap round the back door, and B, I think it's actually the best place for me to be. Time will tell, huh? View range is outstanding. I mean, this is a tiny map, so something blew up down there to the right. We'll wait for a minute, see if we see something. Okay, let's push. We bounced a Hetzer then. That was a bit of luck. Oh, I couldn't get away from the Hetzer. Oh well. So the gun's decent, the reload's pretty good. I think up close and personal like that is very effective, and actually you've got a little bit of armour, but I was only fighting a Type T-34. I suppose it's the same tier as me. Bounced a couple, two of his shots I bounced, and I also bounced the Hetzer shot. Mind you, the Hetzer's firing the wrong shells, he's firing AP, so it gave me a chance, but it's going to be a win. We'll try one more. Just see this one out, because I think it should finish fairly soon. This is a reroll KV1S, must be. 0 game, well, 3,000 games, 65% win rate. I know my good buddy Bonkers has a reroll account, but I don't understand why people bother. I don't care what my stats are. Once I hit 50%, that's all I cared about. Because I think 50% suddenly became, well, you're not complete and utter noob, you're just an average noob. Hey, well, GG, we win. Boxes and boxes and boxes. So no badges for that one. Didn't really deserve anything, did it? 450 damage, 1 kill, 379 base XP, 5 shots, 4 hits, 4 pens. We actually blocked 280 damage, which is amazing, and nearly 20,000 credits, just over 16.5 after costs, and with a ×2 for the first victory gave me 1,138 experience. Yeah, I think it's quite decent. Let's try it again. Third time. See if we get a bit more used to it. So the gun, oh, that's useful. Another top tier game. The gun's pretty good. The gun is very good. I think it's like a lot of these Swedish tanks, though. It's actually better up close, and the problem is being up close, you've got no armour. But I think with a bit of practice. Right, GamerDom's rule on this map in this configuration is you start right, you stay right. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, I think the hill up here on the right is better for my gun depression. And while I might have the speed to get across, don't really like doing it, because I just think any decent light tanks will come down to sort of, well, the F line probably, maybe not even that far, and spot you as you come across, and then you just get hit by all the TDs that line up at the back. My honest opinion on this map. I think it's broken. It was broken before the changes, and they needed to change them, but now it's very broken. Being very aggressive here. Probably regret it in a minute, but hey. At least if I push forward, I've got a lot of TDs behind me. There's a little hollow just up here, which if you've got a speedy tank, you can often get into. Missed him. The accuracy of this tank is not brilliant. So while it's try and get under these guys. Oh, there's a Strv and there's one of me. Missed him. Oh, what's that firing at me? Something nasty. Just landed a shell. Probably artillery. Oh, on the move. How'd you like those puppies? Ow, birch gun. He fires quickly, so I'm using my what's it. Try and be unpredictable. Whee! Damnation. Do not want that birch firing at me again. KV1's down. Let's go and get that light tank. Haven't done much damage, done a lot of spotting. View range is outstanding. I think we're tempted to swap the spotted. Be tempted to swap out the vents for coated optics. This view range is so good. Well, we're winning this game quite convincingly, so it's time to do something stupid. I've still done virtually no damage at all in this game, and it's all over. Oh well. But I like the mobility of this thing. Oh, we got a kill at the end. Stole a kill at the end. GG. Fun fun. So not very particularly impressive games, but a lot of assistance. So yeah, finished top of the team, 200 damage, 2 kills, 603 base XP, and that's largely because we did 862 assistance damage. Took 2 hits, both pendus, fired 11 shots but only hit with 4 and 2 penned. Made 21 and nearly 22,000 credits, nearly 19 after costs, 95. Oh Dom, what are you doing? 905 experience. So yeah, I'm tempted to take that away and put some coated optics in there instead, because I think the view range is going to be monstrous. What's it make my view range now? 399, which at tier 5 is pretty darn good. I think I might do that. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. 3 games, first 3 games, generally the first 3 games I played in this thing. Somebody was moaning, or not moaning, that's not fair. Somebody was saying in one of my earlier comments on one of the videos was that I should probably look to do sort of more sort of as it happens type games rather than sort of picking and choosing them, and I think probably that's a fair point, so I'm giving it a go. Let me know what you think. So I'm not sure what I'll do when I have a game where I'm completely annihilated in the first few seconds of a game, but I guess that's how we all face those sort of battles every so often, despite what you watch some of the big YouTubers and streamers, they try and pretend otherwise, but yeah. Anyway, hope you found this useful. If you did, please click like down below, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. I'll continue using the Stv 42 for a while, and then we'll move on to the tier 6 when we unlock that, which It'll probably be quite a while. How much research do we need? Just 26,000. So, well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy your games, have fun. Remember, it is just a game, and try not to take it too seriously. And I'll see you again soon. Game it on, out.